Generation Banter with Tony Smith. Riser.
Riser, and welcome back to the studio. And we're joined in the studio today with none other, Mr. Jim Murphy. How are you, Jim?
Hi, good man.
Good man. It's a lovely day out there, isn't it? Time to get the shades off, friends. And Jim, you own the Mood Food Shop down on Hill Street there.
Mood Food, yeah, Hill Street. It's a great location there. We're open maybe 5-6 weeks, and people like what we're doing.
It's a beautiful little shop. It's all fresh, brand new tiles, brand new paintwork, everything.
The response has been outstanding. You know,
Yeah.
create great mood with fresh, healthy food. That's the slogan, and it works.
That's a good slogan. That's a
works.
very good slogan.
It works. It works.
And you're a Wicklow man, Frank.
Yeah, that's right.
Born and bred.
Braun, worked in the States for a while, worked in Britain. So I've been around. Where the family and myself, we moved up here. 2 children. The wife, we moved up last year.
Oh.
Living out in the Point, fantastic place.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
We just had a fantastic weekend with the Blues there. You know,
Indeed, we
fantastic.
did. I was involved with a lot of stuff there in the Blues Festival, and a big shout out to Ian Sands, Bernie Locker, and Pat McManus. The list goes on. I don't know where to start or where to finish. Alison McGrath, the Soul Antics, Dermot McQuaid, Remy McElherron. There's so many, but all my friends. It was great to meet a load of friends, and there's another special friend on the way to the studio that I just met the other night for the first time, and we'll talk about that when we get him in.
Very good.
You must have been, you enjoy the sampling the blues there, did you?
Yeah, look, I mean, there's something for everybody in Warren Point, and, you know, I mean, it's a fantastic place, you know. Like, people are nice, right by the ocean, you know, it's just a lovely place, you know.
It is scenic,
I mean,
very
it
scenic.
was one of the major things and the reasonings why we decided to put Mood Food together. Last 2.5 years, I've got a huge interest in the whole aspect of healthy eating, juicing, smoothies, a better way to do things.
Right.
You know, I was in Mexico last year. I did 3 weeks detoxing.
Wow.
Yeah, very, very interesting, very good. I did it for medical reasons myself, but the upshot of that was we decided that life was going to be completely different for us. We changed our lives completely, and we have a fantastic offering in Mood Food, fresh, healthy food. I mean, look, we have people coming in who like the place. They're coming back. They're into the healthier side of things, and we've got people from all different ages and backgrounds coming in. It's just wonderful, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a really good vibe.
And I think that's what the general public need is a bit of good, healthy, you know, like the likes of juicing or, you know, what. Well, medical reasons you're saying. I don't want to pry into your background. Anything.
Yeah, okay.
Let's just say, what took you to Mexico of all places? Or was it just to get away and chill out?
Well, they're top of the tree in terms of detoxing.
The Mexicans.
Yes, I mean they have all the top American doctors down there, and stuff is just coming out of Mexico in such a strong way, and people are going there and they're being healed with juicing, and they're being healed with a healthier diet. Essentially, and the key here is what you take in is what you are. So, for instance, we're doing a 5-day juice detoxing at the moment.
In your shop?
Yeah, and people are coming down the road and they're finding they're doing it. Last week we had a number of people starting. One particular girl, she took down 15 pounds in 1 week.
My goodness.
Yeah,
that's a lot, isn't it? But that's
massive.
Safely doing it, isn't it?
Yes. Because you're having controlled juicing. You're taking out of your diet. You're taking out the sugar. You're taking out the carbs. You're taking out the salt. And what's happening is you're putting fantastic fresh juice into your body.
And natural.
Natural. And I mean, it's on the counter and then you have it. And that's really what people are looking for. Because at the end of the day, people know they're tired. People know they're overweight. People know they're lethargic. People know they've got headaches. But it's what you're consuming. And you change. If you don't change it, it just keeps on.
And it'll not get any better then, will it?
On the contrary. In fact, you've just said it. It actually gets worse.
Yeah. So, did you learn about what fruits and what, and I take it vegetables as well, maybe for juicing?
Yeah, massive. Yeah.
And so you're taught about this now. You know the routine then.
Well, I mean, there's a whole process involved, and I mean, as I say, you know, I went to Mexico, came back. I feel the better of it. I mean, I was 16 and a half stone. We've twins,
Yeah.
9 years old. I was always very fit and active up to that point. Quite frankly,
Yeah.
my life changed dramatically when we were blessed with twins. But you know what?
I'm sure it did, yeah.
But you know, you do have to do things that are different, you know, because if you keep doing the same thing, you keep getting the same result.
Yeah.
So by changing the diet and changing the way we do things at home, and it just means we're in better shape and we're clearer about what we're doing and all of that, you know. So, I mean, there's so many people in the same position, and also so many people in the same boat that want to be healthier,
Yeah.
you know. And I mean, we're all eating something. So if we just do it in a different way, in a more refined and sort of, let's say, with a more educated view of what we're eating and drinking and consuming, the effect is fantastic.
I suppose cut out the chemicals and stuff that's making people feel bad, and you know.
Look, the key and the truth of the matter is that most food that's processed, it's been handled so many times,
Yeah.
and it's been enhanced by tasters and all the stuff they put in there. That's not good for you.
They've beat the goodness out of the food then, and then they're putting their additives in.
Look, it's not like when we were kids when you had milk. I mean, milk in itself is not milk anymore. You know, consequently, you have that on board. It changed the whole process of what you're having. I mean, flour. Let's face it, white bread that they have flour in white bread is so refined. It's not white bread at all. It's not white flour. You know, I mean, we have, for instance, spelt bread. Spelt bread.
Yeah.
I mean, it's less refined. It's better for you. It tastes like bread. It's like what we would have had as kids. But the fact of the matter is, that's not what white bread tastes like. It's full of sugar, it's full of salt, and it's not what we should be eating.
It's shocking what they're putting in there, isn't it? Really and truly.
Simple.
So spelt bread, is it white or brown? What is it?
I particularly like the spelt bread, which is a brown granular bread. It has seeds and granulars in it. It's very tasty. We also do gluten-free breads. I mean, so many people are conscious of being allergic and intolerances to yeast, wheat, dairy products. If I have something dairy, if I have an ice cream
Yeah.
with the kids, I will be burping all the way to the bathroom.
No way.
Immediately, within like 10 minutes. Same with yeast. If I have yeast in the form of bread, I will have the same type of issue. And there's tons of people with that same issue. The fact is that if you have difficulties with gluten, you have tendencies towards more celiac issues. You have to come into us because, like, we have things like gluten-free muffins, we have gluten-free pancakes that taste beautiful. I mean, traditionally, gluten-free products tasted like cardboard.
Yeah.
And it was a really hard job. But now you can get really nice, tasty, delicious food that is gluten-free.
Explain to our viewers, what exactly is gluten? What is it?
It's essentially it's an additive which is put in to hold the product together.
Just to bind it.
Yes, and that is what a lot of people are having difficulties with.
So people's bodies can't tolerate this.
They don't, hence the intolerance. Yeah.
But you know, let's get back to old style food, really old style. Maybe what your mother was given.
Yeah.
Now, you remember the butter. What do you think of butter? There's not too many ingredients in butter.
No, you see, like, I mean, if you take margarine, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it was developed, right, and way back it was meant to be given to animals, right? But because it's only a couple of molecules away from plastic, it wasn't given to animals, right? So consequently, they then they put some additives in it, they changed the taste of it and the color of it, and they ultimately end up marketing it to
Give it to
margarine.
humans.
Yeah. Now, I mean, they'll argue it's not the very same thing that they were doing, but the point of fact is that margarine per se stays in your system. It stays in your colon.
Doesn't go out.
No, and you have to cleanse that, you know. And ultimately, so much food that we're eating, I mean, you've got your colon here, and the food is jammed in there. Unless you cleanse that, it's going to create all sorts of problems down the road.
It's going to create blockages then, isn't it?
Correct. Correct, yeah.
And then another thing that I'm led to believe is the likes of these diet drinks. And there's an ingredient in it called aspartame,
Okay.
and it never leaves your body.
Well, you know these diet drinks,
Yeah.
I mean, sugar-less drinks, quite frankly, they're actually worse for you than as if you...
With the sugar.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and now I was told about this aspartame, and I'd done a bit of research on the net, and it would shock you.
Yeah, yeah.
When your body goes over 80 degrees, so if you get a bit of a fever or something, when your body hits 80 degrees, the aspartame that's in your body turns to formaldehyde.
Okay.
Formaldehyde is used for embalming bodies.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
you already have embalming fluid in you from sugar-free drinks. So just watch what you eat and drink there, you know.
Yeah, but the thing about this is, and this is a fact, I mean, the dairy, I mean, there's a book out there called The China Study. It's a book done by a doctor in the States. And the contents of that are clear. And they're absolutely true. It's the biggest free-range study that's been done. It's done with huge amounts of people. But it proves that a vegetarian stroke fruit type diet, okay, is by far and away a better way to live than the dairy and the meat. But you see, the point of fact is that the dairy and the milk companies, they put so much money into the universities, the colleges, etc. They basically veto this type of information coming out. So consequently, people are eating food which has been doctored to such a degree. I mean, the steroids, the injections that the animal gets to beef it up and so on. It's not the same thing at all. It's not what we used to...
It's just not natural, is it?
Absolutely not.
But it's
Absolutely
shocking what these companies are getting away with, you know. It's all about money. As the special guest in the corner, he's just me. It's about money there, and he's right. He's right. Razor for that one. It is. Everything's about money.
Yeah.
And so you're back to basics. You went to Mexico. You learned which foods and veg to juice up, really.
Correct, yeah. And also as a different way of life, because, you know, the bottom line is I want to be around. My kids are 9 now. I want to be around. And I know that if you don't look after yourself, you know, who knows what can happen.
Indeed.
And I mean, the 5-day juice detox, it's 4 juices a day with a ginger shot in the morning, with warm water and lemon when you get up. And you come in, we'll set you up for the 4 juices you take away. And you do this for 5 days. And as I say, somebody there last week, she took off 15 pounds. Now, I'm not saying everyone's going to do that.
Yes.
But the point is, this particular girl did. And I mean, somebody else took off 6.5 pounds. I personally took off 9 pounds. You know, so it's about you take off what is going to be suitable for you. It's going to work for you. But the key is that initially you do it is to detox the body, detox the blood. So when you do that, actually you feel better, you sleep better, your skin gets better. My wife insists her eyes are bluer, my eyes are bluer. You know, you get rid of skin blemishes, you get rid of rosacea. All of these things are good effects that are happening to you when you consume the right type of diet. And at the end of the day, look, we get one crack at this. So if you're going to do it, try and make a good job of it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And obviously the results speaks for themselves, because you've lost weight. You're much healthier. We were talking friends coming over Monaghan Street there, met this man, and it was, as I say, it's great to get you in and to hear what you're doing, you know, because you're on the Banter show, and this is what people tune in to see what's going on in Uri. So here we are in the Banter show. We're over here in the camera here, you know.
Okay.
So anybody you want to give a shout out to there since we're here? I mean, we're going global. We're in America, we're in Russia, we're all over the world.
Well, it's a very interesting concept. This is really good. As you say, your exposure is huge. You're out there. And it's really good to know that Nuri's a smashing place. And I mean, there are places that you can go in Nuri to eat, and I mean, you can shake a stick at places to eat. But the fact is, mood food is slightly different. It's looking at a healthier side. I believe we're on the wave of something which is going to be really, really good. It's the next wave of eating, as far as I'm concerned. It's people being more concise about what they're consuming, that they want to be healthier. And, you know, it's got to be out there. I mean, it's happening all over the world.
Yeah.
So it just needs a little bit more of a push. And people are coming in, they're coming back.
There you go. And
It's good.
the food's tasty, it's healthy.
Absolutely, yeah.
On the menu, right, you do the juices, and then you're saying about the bread. Is that coincide with sandwiches?
Yeah, we basically have fantastic coffee, which we have green bean coffee, which we have our own roast of. We have everything from focaccias, Mediterranean focaccias, wraps, paninis. We have fresh, healthy soup daily. We basically will create what you want for you, but in a healthy fashion.
Oh, so you have a bespoke service as well then?
Yeah,
So if certain customers, I want cherry and strawberry and raspberry,
No worries, yeah.
you can put all this together then, yeah?
Yeah, but also you know, the salads are fantastic. I mean, just even something, a little thing that someone can do at home is, if you have some salad, like an 8-ounce salad, before you start eating,
Yes.
this will help your digestion. This will help you consume and help this food do what it's supposed to do. I mean, just a little thing like olive oil, a little vinegar, a little bit of black pepper, maybe a little paprika, just to gives it a different taste. I mean, people say, "Oh man, I don't want to eat rabbit food." But hold on a second, it doesn't need to taste like rabbit food, you know?
Yeah.
And just to give you a different thing. But it's a fact. If you have a little salad before you consume your food, it's better for you.
Well,
it's just simple as that.
That's unbelievable. It's not unbelievable. It makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense because it's all natural, isn't it? It's probably your body's craving for the stuff anyway, isn't it?
I mean, look, we know that there were times that when, you know, coming home from the club at the bar at night time, and we have the banjo burger and we're getting rid of it off here because, you know, and all this
Yeah.
kind of thing. But, you know, that was then, this is now. So let's kind of, I mean,
So you're getting into bed with that banjo burger inside you, aren't you, really?
absolutely.
And it's there for maybe 7-8 hours
And longer.
and longer.
And longer, depending on the content of it, you know.
On the ingredients in the
Yeah,
burger even. It's shocking because I think all these big companies are to blame. You know, and it's big companies. It is about money. It's not about people's health at all. And the faster they can bang out the processed food, the better for them. The more money they're making, isn't
Well,
it?
that's
And
the simple
they really
fact.
don't care about people's
But
health.
that's the simple facts. And I mean, if you have, I mean, look at the bottom line of these large corporations. I mean, it's huge monies they're making. And nobody, like, people should read that book, the China study.
The China study.
Yeah.
If you're going to the library, check out the China study.
It's absolutely astounding. And it's absolutely true. The content is documented. And it works if you do it.
And so the Chinese have done the study.
Well, Americans, this particular doctor, he went to China, right? And there was a huge amount of people that were involved in this study. And the results are huge. But he ran into huge problems when he went back to the States to try and have the stuff printed up because the big corporations blanked them.
Oh, they blocked them.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
they don't want the
But
bad news.
the truth is out there now.
But they don't want the bad news going out. They don't want the truth. They don't want the truth out there. You know, it's big money in it. You know, so at least you're making a stand.
Yeah.
You're trying to reverse the psychology and reverse the damage that's done.
Well, look, I'm doing what I want to for my health, and I'm helping people along if they want to get on board. And I mean, the bottom line is, it's a nice place. It's a cool place to come. It's a nice corner in Hill Street. We play really nice sounds, nice music. You can
There's a good view up and down, isn't there? There's a good old view.
Yeah, I mean, all of that is good, you know. So
For
I mean, it's
people
possible.
watchers especially, people watchers, it's a people watching spot, isn't it? It's right on the corner, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. It's a good old spot there. You can't miss it. And people like what we're doing, and they're coming back. It's great.
That's great. And, you know, as I say, you're bespoke.
Yeah.
You can make anything to suit anybody, really, as well.
We've got menu boards and lists, and you give people ideas, but ultimately, you know, additives, and we can extract and put that in, and, you know, it helps people along, you know.
And have you got ingredients, say that somebody's got, you know, like, bit of their kidneys needed sorted, or, you know, have you got certain foods or certain complaints?
And yes, of course, and the juicing helps as well, you know, and for energy and for cleansing and all of those types of things. And I mean, you know, because it's, you know, you'll come in and it's there in front of you, and then it's going to be a juice. It makes more sense, doesn't it?
Makes a lot of sense. Well, there you go, friends. We've learned another bit on the show today, on the Banter show. Jim, I really appreciate you coming in on this at such short notice. And get in and have a look at this man. The Mood Food shop there in Hill Street. Go in and have a look at it and check him out.
Pop down. Let us know that you've when you
Yeah.
found out about us
Yeah.
on the Banter.
On the Banter
We're
show.
delighted to look after you.
There you go. Jim, it's been an absolute pleasure. I really am. You're a gentleman, and thanks for coming in. Get down to the Mood Food shop there. This man's got it all going on, and you can leave healthy. So how about that?
Sounds good.
Jim,
Sounds
give
good.
them all a razor. 2 on the right, 1 on the left. This is a Nuri one here, so razor. Razor from me and Jim. Friends, we're taking a short break, and we'll be back shortly.
Destination Banter with Tony Smith. Riser.
Razor. We're joined in the studio, none other than photographer, tour manager, roadie. The list goes on and on and on. Frank McElherron, how are you, buddy?
Not too bad.
Frank McElherron in the studio today, friends, and he's very busy at the moment. You're over here, back in Ireland for a while, and
Head back to Manchester on Thursday.
on Thursday.
Yeah, head back over.
Yeah. So you're over with the Pat McManus band.
Yeah, well, it was either come over this week for the 1 Point Blues Festival, or the day that I'm leaving, I would have been arriving to come over for the Ballyshannon Rory Gallagher.
The Rory one, yeah.
Yeah, the Rory.
Yeah. Well, at least you come over. The two fabulous festivals. I think the Blues is big. It is. Blues is massive. And I say a big shout out to Ian Sands and all the crew.
Yep.
that have got it fabulous setup, isn't
Oh,
it?
it's wicked, wicked.
You know, and the gigs,
Yeah.
over 90 free gigs, French. Where would you get it? Only
Free,
the Blues
all
Festival.
free, yeah, totally.
You know, and you had a good buzz, hadn't you, Frank?
Oh,
And,
wicked. You know, it's people I hadn't seen for 10, 15 years. It's, you know, came in last year, only a day or two in Newry, and then bang out again.
Yeah.
And then this weekend I've actually got to see faces.
There you go, it was great. And you've been busy enough at you know, doing the roadie end of things, haven't you?
Well, when Pat comes over to England, like, yeah, I'll jump on as many dates as I can with them and help him out, just stagehand. Like,
A big shout out to Pat and Sally.
Pat and Sally.
And Big Paul, the
And
drummer,
Marty.
and Marty.
Yeah.
Great band, and I'll tell you what, Pat, you were fabulous. Your set was fabulous there on Sunday night. You really rocked the house, didn't you?
Yeah, 2.5 hours.
2.5 non-stop,
Yeah.
just bang the whole
Straight
way
through.
right through.
Yeah.
Pat's amazing, isn't he?
Oh, he's just a genius. Just, you know,
He's a professor.
that's
The
the
professor.
one. The professor.
Yeah.
He's just a genius.
And he's a joy to go and watch.
Yeah.
He's a joy to watch play, and it's a joy to listen to the music.
yeah.
So he's such a talent, isn't he? Really, and then Irish fiddle champion for 11 years.
11 years.
You
And
know,
then everybody that he teaches ends up becoming an Irish champion as well.
I know he's got that gift, hasn't he?
Oh,
He's extremely
totally.
gifted.
I
And
think
then
he's got 7 or 8 fingers in one hand.
I think you're right. It's funny now that you meant. I think he camouflages them to
Flashes
spring
in.
out when he's up and going up down the fretboard. And he's pretty hot on the. I mean, you don't see a man playing an electric guitar and then picking up a fiddle and then playing
And
the
a
guitar with a
bouzouki.
bow.
And then a bouzouki.
The bazooka.
Yeah.
Class.
Cut the back off it.
Isn't it unbelievable, isn't it? And that was your
Amazing.
first time, Frank, at the Blues
At the
Festival.
Blues, yeah.
And I'm sure you were impressed.
Very, very impressed. Well, there's one thing I'd like to say is the Marine, the Marine Hotel with the...
Marine Tavern, yeah.
What I want to do there is put the band down in the round.
That's a good one.
You know, and everybody up around then can see down
That's
into
an
it.
arena type of affair.
yeah.
Make an arena.
Yeah.
Marine Tavern. Get a
Arena.
marina. Get an arena going in the marina.
It just looks better, yeah. It would look better.
But that's because you've been a lifetime at music gigs, same
Yeah.
as, and you get to know. Because I bet you walked in and said, "Oh, it's not the right place to put
No,
a
it
band."
wasn't,
They should
definitely
be down in there.
Yep.
See,
Yeah.
us
First
old
thing I
hands,
seen.
us
First
old
thing I
hands,
seen.
we know they're crack, don't we?
I do.
So you're Manchester nowadays.
Yeah, I've been over there now about 27 years now.
You're supposed to say, I've been over there 3 years, you know,
Years,
it's coming up to the 40th birthday and all that, you know. We were going to have
I
a
wish.
joint 40th birthday here. By the way, that's a tenner. So are you right in the heart of Manchester?
No, in a place called Bury, just on the outskirts of it. It's about 8 miles.
Oh, sure. Stone throw from it, really,
Yeah,
aren't you?
jump on the tram, jump on the bus. The transport over there is excellent for it. So it's like bump straight into Manchester or in Bolton. Bolton's my favourite venue, a place called the Railway Venue in Bolton.
Because Pat McManus plays there a lot, doesn't
Yeah,
he?
he does, yeah.
That's
Like,
one of his favourites, isn't
one
it?
of his favourites, yeah.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I see
it's
that
just
there.
a fabulous setup, sound. Like I go around a lot of venues around England, and I've got to say it's a small, little, quiet venue, and the bands that are going through it are just phenomenal. Just absolutely, you know, like Wilco Johnson, Lulu. And they're like, oh, these tributes. I went, no, these are the bands. Yeah.
And Wilco, get well soon, Wilco,
Yes,
by the way.
get well, get
And
well.
I think he is making a very speedy.
Yes, very speedy.
It shows you the determination in that man's head.
Oh, gee, Roger wants to get back out and do a second album with him now as well.
That's, you know,
Yeah,
and,
so-
and I'm sure they will do it.
Oh, they will. They definitely will, yeah.
You know,
They
they
said they
will-
only done, Roger and himself done 2 dates at Shepherd's Bush, and that was it. No more dates to be done. So hopefully, you know, if this all works out and he gets well, and the second album out, they'll actually come out and do a tour. You know,
Wow.
that would be great to see.
That will be good, I'm telling you. And a big shout out to Sean Jones, and especially Sean for coming into the studio. And I went and seen him, another master.
Sean Jones.
Oh, fabulous.
I've not come across Sean.
He's a good Californian guy.
Right.
All the way
Oh.
from Ventura.
Is that the guy you had on the Banter show?
Yeah, had him in the
Right,
Banter.
yes, I
Had him in the
yes.
Banter. And there's a big tour coming up now, July, late June, July. I think it starts in June. And it's a world tour.
Right.
So it's
to catch 'em up
3
somewhere.
guitar greats. Thomas Leib, Sean, and I forget the other guys. I've that many names going through my head after the Blues Festival. And I've caught up with so many people at the Blues Festival, you know.
It's just, I mean, there were so many bands on. I only actually got to see Bernie. You know, I hadn't seen Bernie for years, and I mean years, and to see him up on that stage, not in the studio for 10 years or something.
He hasn't been in the studio in 10 years.
10 years,
and he started two weeks ago, and I have to give him his full
Is that
dues.
the CD that he's just banged out there?
That CD
done in 2 weeks.
There was 9 tracks. Nine tracks put down in 2 weeks, and there's 2 documentaries been done. One on Bernie, one on the Blues Festival, and Gino Lynch is doing it, and Gino was up. So we got footage of Bernie in the studio.
Right, lovely.
And it was, because I was tour managing back in the day for him and Johnny, the big raiser for Johnny the Fox there too, because I was doing the tour managing. And we're like brothers, you know, and it was great to catch up in the studio after 10 years, the 3 of us, And fair play to them that they bashed the tracks. They didn't just bash them out.
No,
they mastered them, they mixed them, the work that goes into it. And I was glad it took I was glad to get Gino and Hugh Feenan up. At least they can see now. They thought you just go and play the guitar and that's it.
That's it, yeah.
9 songs. Sure, it's a 8:45 now,
Yeah.
We'll be out of here by half. But when they seen the process, the size of the desk, the mixing desk, the switches, the knobs, the sliders.
Total difference.
You've been there yourself. You know what it's like.
Total difference.
It's
Stuck
like
in a recording studio for 6 months. That's enough for me.
It's like sitting in the cockpit of Concorde. Only there's musicians, doing their thing.
Yeah.
And but I love to hear, I love to see a sound engineer working in the studio.
Yeah, because I love to hear sound. I love to hear a good, clean sound. When I'm in the studio, I haven't got a clue what goes in front of me in those buttons. No idea.
Well, that's what I was getting at. If you've seen the guy working them,
Yeah.
and he's way up here, and he's twisting, tweaking everything, and at high speed.
Yeah, and
but
no one's coming in.
But them guys can hear differently, completely different.
Totally.
They can hear a different sound. Once you're in a studio environment, you hear things differently. Your hearing never recovers again.
No.
It goes somewhere else. But you can hear sounds out the street even.
That you don't even know.
You might hear a cricket across the road that you wouldn't.
It's true, yeah.
You've seen it. It's weird old setup.
Because there's a quiet setup as well when you're in a studio.
Yeah.
So you actually hear the crispness of anything coming out of it. And then when you come out of that studio, everything's boom. Where's everything come from?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's total difference.
Even the birds sound a bit different.
New hearing.
Messed up hearing, but new, something different. Your hearing's playing tricks on you then, isn't it?
It always does.
So what's in the agenda? Are you still in Newry for you're back Thursday, but you're here for a few days?
Yeah, here for a few days. I'm going to take a few snaps around Newry, see if I can get something odd, something different that you haven't seen or something, and then a trip over to the museum. I haven't been in there.
Have you not?
No, I've not been.
It's fabulous.
Newry Museum.
Yeah, it's fabulous. So they've even got the Newry City, the day it was granted city status from the Queen.
Yeah.
So they have it there as well,
Right, I believe they tried to do an April Fool that they were taking the status back off Newry or something. I remember hearing something about that.
And I wouldn't doubt it. Yes, Newry, there's a lot of carry on goes on here, it. So you enjoyed the blues then? You enjoyed the blues festival?
Love blues, love all types of music, but it's mainly rock music and blues.
Rock and blues.
Yeah, rock and blues.
But you got a nice surprise then when you seen Warren Point buzzing like it is.
I've been in Warren Point all the time, on and off when I do come over, and I've never seen it like that. Back in the 80s, yes, when everybody was out and there was no computers and there was no TV, or they were all down on the beach, on those pedals in there, the swimming, and Warren Point was buzzing then, really
and the amusements in the square, all the old hobby horses.
Coming back this weekend and seeing the same buzz, but sort of like 20, 30 years later, of how generations move on, how things happen.
And you must see massive change in around Newry. What's
happened to the canal? I was really, really surprised on that. I did sign the petition to get, leave the cherry trees alone.
Yeah.
But looking at it now and seeing what's happening along there, and they're putting trees back.
They're putting them back.
They're putting them back. So
brand new ones are putting in.
Yeah.
But as I say, when you were coming in, I don't know which way you come into Newry.
Belfast. I came down the Belfast Road, yeah.
I suppose you're coming in, you're going, where am I now? What's this place?
As soon as I passed the Ardmore Hotel, well, it's not the Ardmore Hotel.
Yeah, it's gone now.
It's gone now. As soon as I passed that's just like Tesco's, and roundabout's gone, new statues around, and then down on the quays, seeing that guy pulling that rope, I was wondering what I thought he was shooting at birds or something when it was going on.
Everybody says
No,
it's a funny looking shotgun. There's a lot of
does.
people saying it's a tasty bit of work, isn't
It
it?
is fabulous piece of work. That's what I want to go now. Is go around and find all these little pieces, the art that's actually been put into Newry,
Yeah.
and just get my own perspective of it and my own little idea of what way I will take the photograph.
Yeah.
Go
And
home and manipulate it.
And then it'll be good for you to take all that back, won't it?
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. It's good to take it back.
Yeah.
You know, it's memories still like, oh, you know, I was back there last week, or
Yeah.
enjoy it, love it.
And I have to say, you're a pretty hot photographer.
I'm not.
You're pretty good. He's on it. He's on it, ladies and gentlemen. He's a Newry man trying to tell a Newry man, no, not really, you know.
I just love to have the camera in my hand. I just love it, and the eye. Everybody says I've got the eye, and something about me timing. And don't ask me to be somewhere early. That timing's that's never good. But yeah, they say I've got a good eye, and my timing's good on stuff.
There you. Well, it is good.
And
you know.
I use there's a Jim Flynn fly.
Razor fly.
Razor fly. He introduced me into a little thing on Google called Pasca or something, and it's just a little manipulator of, you know, cartooning photographs or focusing and just manipulating them around.
Now I know where he's getting all his technology from.
Yeah, well, he put me on to that, and it's free. You know, you don't have to go out and get your Photoshop and your Lightroom and all that. You know, if you sit and you work on your computer, you can do it right. You can get it right, and people will appreciate what you're doing. I don't get paid for any of it. Don't get paid for any of it. I just do it for the love of it. I'm actually getting bands now asking me to come and do their live shots. So
That's the way it goes. Well, I've seen the shots. You've done fabulous shots of Bernie and Pat McManus.
right.
And they're black and white
I think
and
he's got
colour.
a few there, have you?
Have you got a few there?
I don't know. I think I got a few Dr. Feelgood ones that I done at the Blues Festival in Wales.
Wow.
It was at their March. It was the AOR HOH Prague. That's three venues. There's blues venue, progressive music venue, and the blues
here
venue.
we are. Look at
This
this.
is Dr. Feelgood.
That's a great shot, Frank.
You know, it's not the greatest of camera. You know, I would like to have a bit of money behind me to get top quality.
But that's a great shot. You know.
It's just getting there.
He hasn't changed a single bit, has he?
No.
Unbelievable. Your shots are great, Frank. I have to say. And there's another good one. And you know the ones you got over the weekend it's even Sunday night. They're
Sunday night
fabulous.
ones.
You are capturing a bit of magic there, because Pat's something else, isn't he?
Oh, there's an aura about him. You know,
There
just
is.
a total aura that I just want the camera on him all the time.
Big time. Look at that there. Like, they are seriously good shots, Frank. No way bands you know, they're looking for you now, you know. They can see what you're doing. You know, so don't forget that they can see what you're doing. Look out there.
Just love it. All it is, he's in total black suit. That's on stage, total black suit. It's just the way the light was shining on. I thought, right, take the SO down, put the F up, just catch what I can.
And a big thank you and shout out Dion McCabe. Dion, you took a great photograph of me and Frank down at the Blues.
Indeed. She did.
Didn't she?
She did. A cracking one there.
She's a good eye in her head too,
Yeah.
Dion. Look at them shots, sir. I like that. That's a bit of blue colour in it there.
Yeah, it's a double. Well, not a double exposure. It's just like an overlay on the lip.
I like that.
Just pull it out a little bit to give it the shadowness.
I like that. That's very good, Frank.
There was a shot there. I was hoping you would brought it up. It's the lead singer again with his hands out. I don't know if you can see that one there.
We'll have a look.
It's one of my favourites. It's just the way the position of where he was on stage at the time.
Fluting hell. Another man we're going to give a big shout out to. My old mate there, Biggie Cunningham. Kieran Biggie Cunningham.
Yeah, seen Biggie a couple of years there. A good few years ago back home.
He was at the Blues.
I didn't
He
get
was
this
home
name.
he was home.
Same with Mickey Murphy. You know, the two of us had a lot of banter over the internet with each other, and it was like passing ships on Saturday. He's come from one gig to come and catch Pat and running off the other gig. So it was passing ships all weekend. That's more important, isn't it?
But
the docks.
that's the way it goes. But that's the way the Blues
Passing
Festival
ships.
goes. And you know, you could, as you say, you want to see Pat here, and then there's some Robin baby over there, somebody over there. But what do? You can't split yourself in four. But
No.
you do the best you can. You just go from one place to another. You know?
Well, lucky enough, I did see quite a few guys around with videos and everything. So hopefully, you will at some stage get to see all the bands that played that weekend. Hopefully, anyway. That's what I'll probably end up doing at home now for a while. Sit down and find the bands that I missed.
Class.
And probably, get in touch with the bands that try to get them over when they're over in tour. Try to get them into the few venues that I promote over there.
Very good. Big shout out to the Hudson Taylor Band with Jerry Morgan, the drummer. Jerry's good friend of ours.
Right.
Plays with Sean Jones, and he plays Jerry. Jerry's a fabulous drummer. So if they're hooking up, if you're going Manchester bound, lads, get on to Frank, give him a shout. Frank will do a bit of a montage for you.
Yeah.
There you go.
Get you something sorted out.
And, so what's the music scene like in Manchester?
Well, it's since the recession came in, it just exploded. It just went haywire. It's sort of like the young kids can't get jobs at the moment. There's nothing for them over there at the moment. They're saying, oh, the employment's coming down. It's not. What's happening is these poor kids are getting sanctioned on their benefits.
They have to do a week's work for 15 quid.
These things going on. The governments are trying to say, oh, all these are all falling down. It's not. So these kids are getting together in a little community somewhere, saying, right, let's see what we can do. And there's 3 or 4 bands they're on their way up now at the moment, and they will be noticing about a year, I'd say, and they're going to be top bands coming out of Manchester very soon again.
Very soon.
There's a roll in and a roll out of coming in with music in Manchester because it fluctuates. It's just the culture of music in Manchester.
Yeah.
You can go around one corner, somebody will be on the fiddle or somewhere, and then around another corner there'll be somebody in a pub on the acoustics or something. And it's an absolutely amazing atmosphere around the city.
Brilliant.
Yeah, cracking. Love it. I'm glad I moved there, to tell you the truth.
There you go. I might give it a shot. Is the city massive? It's a big city, is it?
Instead of going outwards now, it's all going up. They're getting out American styles.
Yeah, they're building it up. They've no room left. They have to go up then.
They have to go upwards.
But this man was getting a bit of stick down at the Blues Festival. And you know who you are, right? But you're going to like this, Frank. You're going to like this, right? Will you hear this, right? Matthew T. Metzler and your ma. Big shout out to your mummy over there. Big kiss, big Irish kiss for her over in America, right? Over in Ohio.
Yeah.
Now, Matthew T. Metzler was Matt in Breaking Bad.
Matt, right.
Big Matt in Breaking Bad. He's got a great haircut like me and you.
Yeah.
One of the best haircuts in your area. He has. So a big shout out. Check out my friend here. They're giving him a load of stick over the weekend of Heisenberg. He is a bit of a lookalike. So for you, give Matthew T a razor.
Here, and send me a hat over. I can't get one for love or money over here.
I'm going to give you a hat before you go home.
Right.
There. And the one who's wearing the all night.
Yeah.
And after that guy, Tech Square, Razor Square, he says, you should have had. I'm giving you that hat before you go home. So you're hanging about Newry for a day or two, aren't you?
Yeah, a couple of days now. Yeah.
Right. We and you's going to hook up, right?
A cup of coffee.
And then we'll get a photograph of the hat on, and we'll get it out to Matthew T and the boys, But it's strange, is there anybody you want to give a shout out to there now that you're here?
Yeah, my family, Gary Meehall, my daughter Sarah's over with me.
Sarah.
Kimberly back home in Bury. Anybody that's watching it knows me.
Razor. So there you go. It's been strange, your first time here.
I know.
First time on telly, and he's on the Banter show. So you couldn't get a better start to the TV career, could you?
No. Can I just give a wee shout out to the football club that made very close to my heart, FC United of Manchester.
FC United in Manchester. Razor. And maybe I'll pop over sometimes and get a bit of banter with them or whatever,
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So you were happy enough for the Blues then, and happy enough to visit again.
Yeah, definitely. I'll be back again next year.
Well, you're definitely back for the Blues, will you?
I'll end up doing it'll be a fortnight next week.
Will it?
Yeah, it'll be a fortnight. I'll do the Point and we'll do Rory.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Because I would love to go up to the Rory. I just haven't got the time
for
it.
Last year was my first year, and it definitely will not be my last.
Oh, you were up at that?
Yeah, I was
Well,
up.
how'd it go?
Absolutely amazing. 15,000 people in the town, and it's just free everywhere you go. And the only one place you're paying, and that's the big tent.
Yeah.
But everywhere, it's just a blinding weekend. So if anybody from Newry's going, you're just going to have a cracking weekend.
Yeah.
Cracking. You know.
And then Rory's brother Donald was there, Jerry McAvoy.
Yeah, Jerry McAvoy.
He's some crack.
Eric Bell's playing this
Yeah,
year.
mate, Eric. Razor Eric.
Eric's headlining this year. Pat's opening it this year.
Pat's opening it,
with Johnny Gallagher and the Boxy Band.
Wow.
Those two
Class.
are opening it. Jerry McAvoy's band's on as usual. Barry Barnes from England.
Barry, yes.
Yeah, Sinner Boy.
Sinner Boy, yes.
Yeah, and I believe you know a good friend of mine as well, Rambo. She'll be over.
Rambo.
Well, in fact,
Razor Rambo.
Rambo's in Newry today, so hopefully...
Is she?
Yeah, she says she's in Newry today, so hopefully I might catch up with her somewhere.
Rambo, we want to
Yeah.
hook up today and maybe even get you in for the banter tomorrow if you're about. You know, unfortunately, we're out of time. Our man's giving us the...
20 minutes quick, isn't it?
I'm telling you, that's like 2 minutes, isn't it?
It is.
You know, so we're going to try and get you back in maybe for part 2 of the banter before you head back. Is that all right?
Yeah, that's fine,
Because I want more crack about
Yeah.
Manchester and all, you know.
And about the football club.
You can tell me it all, because look,
I know.
you know,
20 minutes isn't enough.
with 2 guests today in the band, it's nowhere near enough.
No,
we're
no.
only just scratching the surface. So we want you back in before you head back. Is that fair enough?
That is definitely fair enough.
Right, friends. So everybody around the world, especially Matthew T. Metzer from Newry's own Heisenberg, Matthew. Razor. And we're going to talk to you all soon. We're out of here.